collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Ranger Key Memorial Boonboom Selection and Mobirates Memorial Best Selection from Premium Bandai. So these came together as a set. Now I believe if you wanted just the Ranger Keys, that set was sold separately. For some reason I don't think the Mobirates was sold by itself. I think you either got the keys by themselves or the combo. I could be wrong about that. Feel free to yell at me in the comments if I am. But I think it's funny that they just come... It's one box, but then these two smaller boxes are inside that like gray shipper box. So it's just interesting. I guess this is what the... If you bought the key set by itself, I'm assuming this is what it looked like. Unfortunately, mine got a little rumpled there, so that's a bit of a bummer. But keys inside should still be fine. You got Boon Red very prominent here on the front, looking pretty cool. Over here on the back, showing off the Boon Red Ranger Key and how it works with the Mobirates. And then for our second box, of course, we have Gokaiger Red, looking quite fantastic there. Little Gokaiger logo on the top and on the bottom. Just saying the name again over here on this side, and then on the back, again, just showing the Gokaiger Red key, and of course it working in the Mobirates, and your usual warnings and whatnot. Do I have to provide? Yep, I'm going to need 2 AAA batteries for this. And the keys don't have any batteries, but got the Boonboomger logo there on the top and the bottom. I realized I didn't really show that off. So packaging, very, very cool, though kind of interesting that it's just 2 boxes in one. I thought that was kind of neat. I thought they would make some kind of combo box, but not really that big a deal. Gonna go ahead, get everything out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. All right, so here is everything you get in both boxes. We'll address the elephant in the room. Yes, this is upside down. I thought it was just a sticker, but it kind of feels like it's painted on. So I guess they really had to go out of their way to mess this one up. I've been told by other people, no one official, but just what I've heard, they're sending out replacements. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. I got to be honest, for me personally, I probably should be more upset about it. I'm not really. The thing still works, functions perfectly fine. But yes, that is upside down. Just for reference, here is the last one that we got. You can see how it's supposed to be. If for some reason, you know, you're just excited that you want to look at it like this as you hold it out to transform and you can read it the right... I don't know. So, like I said, it's wrong. Yes, if they send out a replacement, great. I guess I'll have 2. Maybe I'll sell this one for cheap. In any case, just want to get that out of the way. We'll take a look at the keys before we jump into the Mobirates itself. So we have a Gokaiger Red. He looks pretty good. We've seen it several times at this point, so not really anything super new. Arms go up, button flips it open, sticker underneath looks good. The key looks good. Very cool. There is Gokaiger Red. Now let's move on to the new ones that we haven't seen before, our Boonboomger keys. I think they came out pretty good. The tires on the helmets came out pretty good, nicely painted. I like what they did here, you know, all the paint on the chest, down the one arm, the legs. All of that looks really sharp. Flip our arms up and press the button. You got the Boonboomger symbol there. Keys looking nice. So yeah, I think these came out really great. I really like the way they came out. I like these suits. I still, you know, the giant tire on the helmet, it grew on me over time. Still not a huge fan of it, but I love the rest of the suit. The white, the gray, all that. I feel like they even have the band here for the changer. That looks really cool. Flip. I guess I don't really need to flip every single one of these, but they're pretty cool. Pink came out great as well. And all the helmets are faithful and correct. Here's black. They even have, they did a, this part I do think is kind of weird. So, and I understand there's not really a good way for them to do it, but you know that black and orange have the shoulder pads. They're just the tiniest little shoulder pads, but they had to just kind of put them here on the chest because obviously the keys can't have shoulder pads. So that looks a little funky, but otherwise the gold and silver, all that looks really sharp. The rest of the key looks good. And then we have orange. And they did the same thing where they just kind of put his little shoulder pad there. So that's a little weird, but like I said, I understand they didn't have a great option because they can't mold a new piece to hang over. So it is what it is. But Otherwise, love the orange because you really don't see many orange. It's probably, what, 2 or 3 orange Ranger keys all told. So, very, very cool. And then we have Boon Violet. Looks great. Love the colors on this one. Don't get a lot of purple keys either, so really happy to see this. Came out pretty good, so I'm excited for these. Let's get into we'll talk about the Mobirates first, and then we'll bring the keys in for the sounds. So here is the new Mobirates. It's very similar to the old one. You have the little button to depress there to slide the panel off. Your on and off switch is located under there, as well as where you put the 2 AAA batteries. Got your speaker here on the front. Got your buttons on the side for sound effects and music. Again, this is upside down, but everything else looks pretty good. Mine's got a little bit of a paint ding there. That's unfortunate. Opens up. Works the same. Looks good. Press your buttons. You can cycle through your modes. So this one with the trumpet sound there is kind of the basic mode. This will give you some... So I think it just alternates between those two. You have your background music and theme songs. Can't play any more than that. And then you're back around. So it has 3, like, the opening and then 2 other background music tracks. This is the sound for when they, like, flip out the phone and get ready to transform. I love that. Also, you can put your codes in here. So, like, if you want to put in... So you can put in your other Sentais. I guess they didn't get the memo. Uh-oh. Somebody didn't get the new branding memo. They still have those together. So as you can see, this one has been updated with Dawn Brothers. I think on the last one they had Gokaiger. Dawn Brothers was just new hero. We have Dawn Brothers, we have King Odra, we have Boonboomger, we even have Gokaiger, which is fantastic. Gokaiger comes up with 0049, so interesting. They're trying to tell us it's 50. They're trying to now count Pato Ranger and Lupin Ranger separately, but the Mobirates doesn't lie. So that's interesting. There are the other codes. I forget what the other ones are, but they would still work in here as well. The one thing I did think was interesting, the last time we got the Mobirates Memorial Edition, it had a beautiful manual with all the codes, all that stuff. This one has nothing. QR code online, that's it. No booklet, nothing. This is just, we know you already know how to use this. Here's a slightly updated version thrown in a box with a Gokai Red just for fun. So just be aware of that. But yeah, it's still cool. I like that they updated all that stuff in there. Appreciate that. The next mode. So this is like telephone mode. Each one of these is a different Gokaiger talking to you. I think it's the same way on the last one. No guy. So yeah, basically, I think that's pretty much the same. That's still the. Oh, okay. It does say Gokai changing now. So that's cool. And then you would put the key in and transform. The next mode, I think, is the one where they want you to, like, it's almost like a scene from the show. So basically what they want you to do is they want you to start one of the background sounds, and then you can kind of cycle through. This button will now kind of go through like a little scene. So it just kind of does some like attack battling sounds after that. So it kind of plays through like a whole scene of them talking, transforming, going through the lineup and all that kind of stuff, which I think is pretty cool. Again, I'm pretty sure the last one did that as well. I still don't really know what this one does. This is the Navi mode. And it just has you kind of keep cycling through this button. I don't know if he's asking you questions and you're supposed to answer with the keypad. If someone knows, feel free to yell at me in the comments. So, I don't know. And then we're back around to the first mode. So, again, it's very, very similar to the original one. And again, just to bring in the original one. But so didn't have those teams in there. It may have had, did it go through an extra mode? Let's go, let's see. Okay, so that's the same. Okay, so the last one had an extra mode that I guess this one doesn't have. Okay, so there was an extra mode in the last one that I guess this one doesn't have. I think that was like something pertaining to the movie, because that was right when 10 years after Gokaiger came out. I don't remember exactly 100%, but it does seem like this one has one less mode. But it does have pretty much everything else that you would want. I'm pretty sure, I don't have a key handy, but it does say in the instructions that it should work with the Gokai Galleon key as well. So that functionality should be in here. I wish I had it handy. Unfortunately, I don't. The other thing is, I realized as I was getting ready to record this, I have packed away all my Gokaiger keys and my Dawn Brothers keys. They're in storage, so I can't even show them working here, but they will work. You heard the sounds, at least. It should be the same. But we can go ahead and pop in Boonboomger, so let's go ahead and do so. So just the one additional sound. And I believe that will be the same no matter which Boonboomger key you use. So yeah, that's the same. I don't think... Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't give you the extra sound unless you actually have the key, which is a bummer. I do have them, like I said, just not handy, so I apologize for that. But yeah, like I said, it's really just an update, a small update at that. It's apparently missing one mode that the original one, or the first Memorial Edition one, I should say. The original is, you know, back from when the show was on. The first Memorial Edition one had an extra mode, but I don't even remember what all those did, so I can't say I miss it. If you missed out on the last one, I think this is probably a good one to pick up, as long as you don't mind this apparently being upside down. But again, they might send out replacements. I don't know. Yeah, it's, you know, do you need it? It's going to be up to you. If you have the last Memorial Edition one and you can live without the 4 or 5 more teams, I guess technically what it would be: Dawn Brothers, Gokaiger, Boonboomger, and Gokaiger. So it's only 4. I mean, I would imagine this will probably not be the last one of these that we see. So if you want to sit this one out and get the next one in 3 to 5 years and then have, you know, maybe buy every other one to stay updated, that's up to you. But I would at least pick up the Boonboomger key set, because I do think they came out great, and you are going to want them eventually, even if they do a new Mobirates 3 to 5 years from now and has the next, you know, couple batch, I should say the next batch of teams, you're going to still want these keys. So I would at least get the keys, since, you know, that was a possibility that you could pick them up separately. And they turned out great. I really have no qualms with the keys whatsoever. The Mobirates, like I said, it's going to be up to you whether you need that fix of a couple new sounds. And you have, if you've been collecting the keys, like if you have the Gokaiger set and you have the Dawn Brothers set, I think it's definitely worth checking out. You know, if, like I said, if you can wait, and then you'll just, like I said, I would bet good money that this is not the last Mobirates that we'll see. Probably like every 3 to 5 years, we're just going to get another one of these with another key set. And that's just probably what it's going to be like from now on. And that's fine. You know, I don't mind. I mean, the Mobirates is such a fun toy, and Gokaiger was such a fun season. As long as they keep bringing them back, keep giving us new content with these characters, I'm all for it. I mean, it's such a good time. And every time they come back, I get so excited. So, yeah, love the Boonboomger keys. Again, Mobirates, it's going to be up to you. There's not a ton more here. Again, if you had the original Memorial Edition, you could probably skip this and wait for the next one. If you never got the original Memorial Edition, then absolutely go ahead and grab this one, because it'll have mostly more than that one did, but apparently one mode less. But I still think you'll get pretty much everything you need out of this one. And especially if you've been picking up all the keys. They did Dawn Brothers, they did Gokaiger, now Boonboomger. I'm sure we're going to get a Gokaiger key set before long. Just have to they'll probably wait till like towards the end of the show, just in case there's a couple characters we don't know about or things like that. you know, any surprises that they're still trying to keep secret, but I'm sure we're going to get a good Juger key set before long. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you pick this up? Did you go for just the Boonboomger keys and skip the Mobirates? Did you get the combo? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.